Okay, we're just jumping right into this. So, I should just be live, I think, without the little starting soon thing in front. I just bypass that whole process. Just gonna jump right into just raw live me talking. No warning, just surprise. Didn't know if I'd make it through this or not. The plan was to do this yesterday, and unfortunately, I've had sick family the last 2 days, or last day, 2 days ish. So this didn't happen until today. Nothing I can do about it. But it worked out better because today is the 7 Ply Maple skate update. So I thought I'll just jump in now, do these Game Award predictions, and then go on over to skate, check out what 7 Ply Maple has. I don't think it's a lot because the Season 2 update I don't think is until next week. Maybe. I have no idea. But I figured I'd just jump on here, do a quick little, maybe an hour. We're going to keep this short. Yeah, the Game Awards for the win. Missing my chat here, and I won't have... I might be... it's going to be a pain for me to have my my blended chat window up while I'm doing the Game Award stuff. So if I miss something, just try to find a way to get me to see it, because I won't. I didn't even put the lights on or anything today. This is just a raw quick. I made the thumbnail about 12 minutes ago. Ran down here from putting the boy to bed, and I was like, let's talk Game Awards. Oh boy. Are we ready? All right. So I'm doing things a little differently. I don't quite have... I need to get a third monitor. Not having a third monitor is really just like a big problem for me, because I gotta wait until I see on the live feed, which is way behind, if I have this window set up correctly, because I have no idea. Maybe I'll do this. Does this work? No. That's not gonna show me. Okay, I do not. Give me just a second. Now I should. There we go. Yep. All good. I can see that we're in here. So here's how I'm gonna do this. Hey, thanks for the sub. Slow the process, pushing you backwards. Okay. So what I'm going to do, a little differently than how probably most people are doing this, where most people are like, they're going in and they're voting for who they want to win. I'm going to mess up the voting process by one guy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to vote on each one of these as I think they will win, making my prediction of who is going to win each award. And then when it comes to Game Awards time, when, I end up doing that Game Awards stream, we'll check back off all of these and see how many of these I ended up right and how many of them I ended up wrong with. I thought that would be a fun little game to play. So let's go through this. I feel like starting at Game of the Year is the worst one to start with, but that's what they're putting right up front. So whatever Jeff says, we'll go with, because Jeff has never been wrong, right? Oh no, and you're going to make me do it in the baby filter. I didn't even have that ready for today. Well, I mean, it's here. I got to do it. Where is baby? Oh, I forgot. It's called toddler. There we go. That's right. Now we're really moving here. All right, game of the year. This one's a lot of these are not going to be great. This was not a year for me to be playing a lot of new stuff. Not everything was a me game this year, like more recent years. But luckily I'm super familiar with everything going on. And I was personally not like a Claire Obscure fan. I played a little bit of it. These aren't my kind of games. It couldn't draw me in. But based off of the way absolutely every single person was obsessed with this game, I think it's going to be the game of the year. I think that Silk Song was super hyped, and that's why it's here, but I don't think it's going to hold what Clear Obscure did. Death Stranding 2 possibly, but I'm going to put it at Expedition 33. Best game direction. Creative vision and innovation in a game. It's going to be really weird for anyone that pops in here because this is more of like a like a eye-catching stream compared to what like just playing Dead Rising. So somebody may come in here and be like, "Oh, a toddler is ranking the games of the year." But I guess that's a better look than what you're getting on average. Game direction. I feel like some of these are kind of like categories that people don't like really pay attention to exactly what they mean. And they're just trying to use them as like something else that they want to get up there. It could be Clear Obscure again, but I have a feeling one of them is going to be Death Stranding 2. Ghost of Yotei or Yotai, however it's pronounced, is on a lot of these, and I don't think that game had like any response to it. I didn't see anybody really like being excited about it. The conversation of Yotei went away in like an hour. Nobody cared about this game, so I don't think it's going to really win anything. I was surprised to see it here, and maybe I'm wrong, but I didn't think it was really going anywhere. I'm going to give this one to On the Beach, just so Norman Reedus gets some love. Best narrative, I think that's probably also going to go to Clair Obscur, because even though that game didn't catch me, just the pitch of it, of the like painter that paints a number and everyone at that age dies unless they kill him, that was a interesting enough narrative to draw me into it to try something that I knew I wasn't going to like, and people loved it, so I'm going to go there again. It's in like every category. What is it, like the most? It has the most nominations ever at the Game Awards this year. Something like that, and something close to that. What is this one? Best art direction. That one's definitely gonna go Silk Song, because it looks cool, and it's very recent, so there's a whole recency bias thing. I think it's gonna go Silk Song. Score music. This is the one that's gonna trip me up, being like, these are all things I didn't play, and because nobody who talks about like sound design as much when they're talking about these. So this one will be the one that's definitely tripping me up until we get to like the esports stuff. I don't know a thing about esports. I think I filled my baby obligation, so I'm gonna go ahead and disable that now. Oh, that's so ridiculous. It could be Clair Obscur. I'm gonna give it to it, even though I can't guarantee that's what it should be. Oh, best audio design. This is the one I was more thinking of. This is the one that like Call of Duty is always. This is like it's one way into the Game Awards every year. Is that they have like really realistic gun noises. We're gonna get, if we haven't realized, we're getting deep into this. This is like my Super Bowl, the Game Awards. Like the one time a year that I feel knowledgeable, and I'm almost always wrong anyways. Oh boy. I'm gonna go with the thing because it's always the Call of Duty category. I'm gonna put Battlefield 6 there. I don't know if it's a good choice or not. We're gonna find out soon. Best performance. Oh boy. I love all these people. Or most of them anyways. Troy Baker doesn't need another award. But it's one of the few things Indiana Jones is nominated for, right? I don't think I had that many nominations. More Clair Obscur with Charlie Cox and Ben Starr. I really like Charlie Cox because he's Daredevil, but nobody voice acts like Ben Starr. If you haven't heard any of Ben Starr's performances, you haven't played a video game in the past like 3 years. But Dude's got a wild voice. He doesn't look like he sounds at all. This one's voting with my heart. I just want Ben to win because I like him. Innovation and accessibility. I'm definitely not going to say that Atomfall deserves this at all, because that game confused me more than any game I've played in the past decade. I got so confused by Atomfall to the point that I turned it off because I think I went to the end at the beginning of the game and I got lost and I just turned it off and never touched it again. For accessibility, I think Shadows had a lot of stuff in accessibility this year, and that may be where the win is. But people don't like Ubisoft right now, so there may be that bias also if nobody wants to give it to Ubisoft. That's where I'm going to put it, is Shadows. Games for impact. Thought-provoking with a pro-social meaning or message. Oh, man. These are the artsy games that I like to talk about all the time, where I get into them because they're just like weird little art pieces disguised as video games. And South of Midnight doesn't feel like it belongs in here, but I don't know if it's going to go in anywhere else. I keep saying these are what I think are going to win, and I think what actually is going on here is that I'm just going to keep voting with my heart on accident for things that, because it probably, I'm going to say, is probably Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, but I want South of Midnight to win something because I really liked it, and not a lot of people talked about South of Midnight. Best ongoing. There's two kind of ongoing awards this year. A lot of these are which look do I prefer to me just now learning. Yeah, like I said earlier, like a lot of these I didn't. Oh, that was my alarm for my dryer. If that went off, if you heard that go off, this was not a big year for new games for me because there just wasn't a lot that was like super interesting to me. So I'm just going off of knowledge of what I've heard other people say. Good thing I listen to a lot of people talk about video games all the time. Best ongoing, because I think there's two categories like this year, if I'm not mistaken. There's ongoing, and then there's like community content or community support, something like that, which I think was happening last year as well. Best ongoing, though, these usually go to like a Fortnite thing, but I think it's got to go Helldivers 2. They were like on top of it all the time for like a whole year. They had just constant new cool stuff coming out, and then they just hit Xbox with the Halo stuff. I hope it's Helldivers 2. I can't imagine that anybody would pick anything else. Oh, here it is. Community support. Yeah. This one I feel like will be the Fortnite one because it's like entirely user generated content, and that's not exactly what I read this as, but I think that's how people will use it. Best independent game. So this one's going to be a toss up to me. It's either going to be the sleeper hit Blueprints that everybody adored, but I don't think enough people played, or it's going to be Clair Obscur again, because it is technically. Clair Obscur came out of nowhere. It's a French team that's like super small. Nobody had heard of them. It's their first game. They threw this thing out here. Somehow they got Charlie Cox and Ben Starr and made this like incredible RPG. So really, like if you think about it, it should. But once again, thinking of the way people vote in these, everybody's like, this is Game of the Year. Maybe this is where Blueprints gets something. And I don't think it's really nominated anywhere else. Oh, Silk Song. I'm gonna give it to Blueprints because I think there's enough people that like were ride or die for that game. Best debut indie. I was surprised to see Dispatch here because it released pre-cutoff and I think ended with its, because it's like an episodic series, like 6-episode game or something like that, and it released pre-cutoff, but I think the last episode came like well after the actual Game Awards cutoff. So I don't know, because everybody's high. That game sold like over 1 million copies, super quick. Everybody loves it. I don't know if it was at that point pre-cutoff. But I'm going to give it to it because I don't think Dispatch is anywhere else, and I see it winning if it was at the right time. That's just a timeline thing. Best mobile game. This is a category nobody knows about. I don't know anybody in the mobile space. I don't know anything about the mobile space. I forgot that Destiny had a mobile game come out. That's like a full-on shock to me remembering that. It's just like a wave of memories hitting me that was a thing people talked about. And same with Sonic Rumble. I didn't know Persona even had a mobile game. I'm pretty sure this Pretty Derby is the game that's like horse racing, but you play as anime girls. Pretty Derby, I think, is the name of that, which I thought was a PC game, not a mobile game. I'm going off of guessing here because I didn't play the girl horse racing game. Just heard about it. I'm gonna hit Destiny because Destiny fans are sickos. I can't imagine it's much else. Best VR AR. Out of all of these, the ones that I heard the most about, like the ones that like Deadpool looked really good, but it came out really close to deadline. And there's Alien. People get disproportionately upset and fired up about the mobile category. Really, I never realized people cared that much about it. It's a nonsense category. I think it could be cut. I don't think it's needed. Is it ever in the main show? I feel like that's a category they always do, like, they have the side stage award that's like, hey, we gave this award away while you were watching an ad or something. I don't think that's ever had main stage place. I'm gonna give it to Deadpool. It could be Alien. I'm lost here, but I'm gonna go there in support of Andy Thipps, ex Neversoft developer, now at Twisted Pixel, making Deadpool. Best action game. For the best game in the action genre, focus primarily on combat. I would have thought like 2 days ago that Ninja Gaiden 4 was going to win this category by a landslide. And then I played it recently, and these are my games. Like, boy, do I love that kind of like hack and slash game, like a Devil May Cry. I really liked Ninja Gaiden 2 Black remastered recently. I couldn't force myself to like Ninja Gaiden 4. Something is just off about it that I haven't quite worked out in my head what it is yet, because this is only about last week that I was going through this. So once I figure all that out, I'll put more words into what is bothering me about it as I continue to tinker around with it. So I'm going to say this is probably Doom the Dark Ages. Just the TikTok guy, mobile players always comment their point. Really? That's so surprising to me that people care about mobile at all. I would think that anyone that cares about the mobile space is not paying attention to the Game Awards, like, at all, even a little bit. Best action adventure. Combining combat, traversal, and puzzle solving. I'm surprised that Indiana Jones hit any of these, because that came out technically last year. It was a post cutoff game. So cutoff is like what, mid-November, and then it came out early December. It may have come out before the last Game Awards, but post the cut. It was in a very strange window of when it released, and it was good. it was a lot of people really liked it, but I don't think it stood up to most of the games this year, and I didn't think people would remember it this far in. So I'm surprised to see it here. But I don't know if any of these feel as action adventure as that. Maybe Split Fiction could end up in this category. I really want Split Fiction to win something because I want to see more Joseph Ferris. Any chance I can get to see that maniac on a stage. I don't know if this is the category he's gonna win. Since it's here, and I'm surprised that it's here, I'm going to give it to Indiana Jones. The fact that it showed up there surprises me enough that it may be the place. This is without maybe Kingdom Come, but I think without a doubt it's going to be Clair Obscur again. They're gonna take home a lot of awards. What was it last year that won like everything? Was last year the year that Baldur's Gate won like 35 awards? I think we had a similar thing last year where something won like every award. Fighting game. This is a big blind spot for me. Surprised to see Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection in here at all because it's just a bunch of old games. It's the one I'm most familiar with. I didn't hear anything about like any of these except for 2XKO. I missed the Virtual Fighter 5 Revo World Stage. It was a thing. That's too many names in one name. Way too many words. We got to shorten that down. You can't have words and then like an acronym and then words again. That's too much. So Virtual Fighter 5 and Revo World Stage, rein it in a little bit. Somehow Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection feels lesser to that, and it's nearly the same amount. I'm gonna go 2XKO because the fighting games are way out of my category. Best family game, the Nintendo category. This year, Fighting with Lego and Split Fiction. I don't know if Split Fiction makes family. I feel like it lands good in a multiplayer category. I think it's gonna get snubbed out of everything. And honestly, I snubbed it. I love Hazelight games, and I have just not gotten around to getting Split Fiction yet, which feels wrong. I'm gonna guess this is going to Mario Kart or Bonanza, because Mario Kart was hot for like the very first few days of the Switch, and then as soon as it ran out of steam. It ran out of steam fairly quickly, and then people were not as interested. But Bonanza, people were nuts about. I still think people are like saying this is better than Mario Kart. So I don't see anywhere else where Bonanza wins, and people always use that as a Nintendo category. So we'll go there. I can't wait to see how off I am when we get to the actual Game Awards. What is this? Best Sim Strategy. Oh boy, this is gonna go to the Alters. I just have a good feeling. Alters, also kind of a sleeper game, came out of nowhere, and people really fell in love with the Alters. Next category. Oh no, it's broken. Oh, okay, there it goes. Best Sports Racing. Heartbroken to see that Tony Hawk didn't make it in here. And neither did Skate. Skate makes sense. It's early access. Tony Hawk 3+4 was snubbed. It should have been here. Are you kidding me? F1 25? Another soccer game? Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Did anybody see my stream of Sonic Racing Cross Worlds beta where the map disappeared and I was driving on space? And it wasn't even like comparable to Mario Kart. I don't know why it's here. That is Tony's spot, and they need to give it back to him. But since he's not here, it's going to Rematch, because Rematch was a heater. Best Multiplayer. God, this is a tough one. I'm surprised to see a Friend Slop game make it in here at all at the Game Awards. It's really funny. So Peak maybe, but I doubt it. Elden Ring, Night Rain came and went. Battlefield 6, people are into it. I would have said Split Fiction is taking this until a couple weeks ago when Arc Raiders hit and became like a mega success. So it's going to be Arc Raiders. I haven't got to it yet, but I will get to it. Best adaptation. Another complete snub here that Twisted Metal did not make it here. Twisted Metal on Peacock is one of the best video game shows right now, and no one is giving it the respect it deserves. Until Dawn, which was a laughingstock of game adaptations this year, somehow made this list, and Twisted Metal did not. And I don't know how that happened. Twisted Metal is, especially this season, the first season people weren't as high on. This season, season 2, is incredible. They're actually doing the Twisted Metal competition. It was super high stakes. It was excellent television, and I'm baffled it didn't make it here. But of course, what probably is winning is Minecraft, because it was like a movement this year. Out of these, I would want it to be Last of Us Season 2, but it's going to be Minecraft. Most anticipated game. Well, I think we all know what will win. And it's been the most anticipated game for a while. Let's say a decade. Grand Theft Auto 6 is without a doubt the winner of this without even a thought. But just for humoring what it could be, First Light is mine. That's not a creator program thing. There is an affiliation there with me and First Light. Got an email about it today. But I think if Grand Theft Auto, if we take Grand Theft Auto out of this category, I think it's Wolverine. I think Wolverine would be the most anticipated because it popped up, disappeared, and then it suddenly came back this year. And people are waiting for the Insomniac was hit after hit. The beginning of this generation, they disappeared. And then people have just been waiting for Wolverine. I don't think people are as interested in Requiem as I want them to be, but it's got to go Grand Theft Auto. Content Creator of the Year. I don't know who any of these. Okay, I know of Moist Critical and Kaisenat, and I don't know. This is not even a person. And that is a peanut. I don't know these people, most of them. A lot of the time, I don't know the people in the content creator category, which is weird being a pretend one of those myself and also somebody who consumes a lot of content in this space. I never know who these people are that win these. But I'm going to guess it's Kaisenat because he's been all over everything all the time. And I didn't know about him until this year when I suddenly started seeing every single day a new article or video or something about him doing something insane or having some A-list celebrity on his stream like John Cena and people of that level at this dude's house, and he's streaming in the shower or whatever, and Travis Barker's playing the drums in his bedroom. It's absurdity is everything I see from it. Best esports game. Not anything I know about. Even as a Game Awards watcher, I don't know anything about esports. Esports is nonsense. There's people that are super into it. I am not one of those. I'm going to guess it's always, when you hear about them, it's always one of these three. It's always Counter-Strike, Dota, or League of Legends. Surprised to know that Valorant or Mobile Legends Bang Bang, whatever that may be, is on here. I would think it would just be those three. I think it's probably League. It's always League and Dota are the top two, and then Counter-Strike behind them. Same with this one. This is a nonsense category. I don't know any of these people. I usually just go off of either who looks the funniest or who looks like they may be a pretty good gamer. This guy looks pretty locked in. Or if maybe I've heard of them. I've never heard of any of these people. This guy looks smug, so I'll just go ahead and give it. I could skip, but I don't want to ruin the voting process. And I'm going to have to go back and figure out who I voted for when I do this, so I actually know. And then best esports team, also a nonsense category. I don't know anything about. And they're all based off of game. I'll go with, since I voted league, I'll go Gen G. And that is it, 404. So that means I'm done. I have knocked it out. That is my Game Awards predictions. I should be on full screen now. I don't know. Yes, here we are. So, Game Awards, December 11th at the Peacock Theater in Los Angeles. 23 days from now, we will find out how correct I was in the voting of the Game Awards. But until then, we won't know. That's what I've got. So, I figured this would be about an hour. I've knocked out a half hour of this doing Game Award stuff. And now what I would like to do is check out 7 Ply Maple, the new skate update. Thanks for the free press. Absolutely. Anytime there is a chance to look at, talk about, or think about the Game Awards, I will be there. Because I think the Game Awards is like the greatest thing in the world. I am obsessed with it. So let me pop this over to the stream window, and oh boy, that was loud. I'm actually gonna turn the volume off because I'm sure there's a streamer mode that I need to put this in. Otherwise, there will be a licensed music of some sort. I've won something. Oh, a 7 Ply Maple shirt. This is the. My Twitch chats aren't showing what gives. I don't know. What did you do? Are you banned from Twitch chats? You're a moderator. You should be able to make any decision you want on Twitch. I don't know why you wouldn't have something showing. Audio is probably where it's at. Is there streamer mode? Streamer mode. There it is. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'll probably never disable that because I do not think I've even heard real music in this game once. Maybe twice. Okay. Let's get into Skate. I have not played this on stream yet, so no one's seen the obsession that I have knocked out all of Hedgemont, all of Goldcrest Village, and I'm about to hit max level on Market Mile, which has been the one thing I've been doing every single time I play. I get on here every day. If you don't know anything about Skate 4, there's different kinds of missions. There's the standard missions for each location. Then they have your daily missions, and then there's Battle Pass or whatever, Skate Pass. Street Pass? It's called something. It's got a stupid name. I don't know. Every game has one of these now. Skate Pass. They're Skate Pass missions. But to level up your thing, you can only use main missions and daily missions. So eventually I run out each day. I do everything I can do, and then I have to wait until the next day to come back and try to level that up. I'm not really a fan of gating my progress, but this is what Skate wants me to do, and I enjoy this enough that I will just bow down and accept it, whatever it wants me to do. But there is, with all these updates, there's always new parks, so I need to go check out the new community parks and what new things they've added to the store for this. So there's new tasks, Maple Harvest. And then there's a new season. This isn't a new season. This is just new, like a new event going on. Like the Halloween event we just had. But this one's called 7 Ply Maple. They give you a free currency, and then there's usually event-specific items. So that would be all of this 7 Ply Maple stuff. Stickers, banners, apparently a deck, a sticker, hat and shirt. Not a whole lot there. I don't think there's seasonal missions at all. I don't think they do missions specific to it. But since we're here, there's a park right here. The park that was here yesterday sucked. because I had not even seen it until now, and it was like all built up along this giant crane, and it was really hard to get to unless you started there from the top. Twitch is refusing to show its malarkey. I'm wondering why you weren't responding to me. I have no idea why you aren't showing up. I don't see anything in the chat. I don't see anything in my extra window. I see nothing from you. I don't know why. You were there the whole time. I had no idea. Yeah, none of it was showing up. I did not know that. Yeah, it had nothing. It had shown me nothing. I don't know why that is. That's weird. I have no answer to it not showing up there, because on my side everything looks good. Alright, got stuck. I think this little roof thing is kind of bizarre. There we go. This is a very blue park, which the last thing that was here was blue. It's mostly yelling about how Power Wash Simulator 2 was snubbed and whatnot. Might be, oh, VP, could be a VPN thing. That would make sense. It is ridiculous that Power Wash Simulator 2 was snubbed. I don't remember how recently that came out. Was that pre-cutoff? I have not played Power Wash Simulator 2. Very much enjoyed the first one, but 2 has missed me so far. Can't wait to get into it. This is not a super impressive park. Very flat. A lot of unused space here, which I'm not a fan of. Especially this thing. Whatever this is. This feels like a lot of wasted space. Usually the best park is in the warehouse when they do the, because if you're unfamiliar again with Skate 4, every single event or season change, they bring in they call them the community parks. And these sections of the map get changed every event. And you can't get back to the old one. This is just like my first creative park in the industrial section. Yeah, so this one is usually where the best one is. Wow, it is, I'm stalled. I can't stop. Yeah, it appears that all of these are real flat. This is, oh, didn't mean to do that. This is very flat as well. This is bizarre. I'm not getting really excited for these. This is strange. Why'd they make them so flat? This is just an obstacle in the middle. And then to not, I guess you can have that ramp way out there, but to have it in like nothing here to really air off, to get speed off of between these. And a large pie. Very nice that they put a large pie here. Black box part from Skate 3 in the pre-order DLC. I am unfamiliar with whatever that is, but you sound passionate. What is this monstrosity here? What is going on? This one has natural lighting at least. I'm so unfamiliar with whatever you're. Who put that there? I thought I usually have these, like... Oh, missed it. The, other people's items turned off. So I'm surprised I even saw that. I must need to return that off. I don't like how much they're making me parkour to get to the top of a ramp. Did you have the Rob Deerdeck Fantasy Factory? No. Skate 2 is actually the one I've never played. I've played the co-op. Okay, I'm sick of doing that. I'm gonna just walk up the ramp part. I knew that it had a Fantasy Factory DLC, but 2 is the one I'm like the most unfamiliar with. I've only played a little bit of the multiplayer. like the split screen that is really just like horse, where you both just take turns going. Well, that's nice. I like a good mega ramp. I can appreciate a good mega ramp. I just hate P gaming, I guess. Yeah. It was just that I never had access to it, and then like Skate came very late to me. My first Skate was Skate 3, well after Skate like had come and gone. Just ignore me, just running around doing grabs here. I'm just in the area, so I'm gonna knock out this goal. Because what I care more about than content is my skate dailies. There we go. Knock that one out quick. Last park. Let's see, what else did they think was great and is not?
I hope you got a transfer.
Is that it? Is it behind that? Are they that close? Oh, okay. Yes, it is. Yeah, so Skate 3 was the first thing. Like, by the time I got to Skate 3, the servers were already off. I was a Tony Hawk guy all the way until then. I had played a little bit of... It might have been Skate, like a demo of Skate 2, maybe. Or a demo of Skate 1. But I had never played the actual games for a long time. And still have not gotten very much, like, very far through Skate 1. Just 3 and then this. And maybe that's why I like this so much, because I never played the real Skate. Man, they really like parkour this time around, huh? Oops. This looks like a very vert park, and that's exactly what this game needs, is vert locations, because there are none. I mean, there's a few, but there's not a lot of vert. And I apologize. I'm like, my nose is super stuffed. Oh, didn't know there was going to be a big open hole in the middle of that. I need to set my respawn marker after I parkour up there, so that I don't have to keep doing that.
Heel to toe, heel to toe. Nice form.
I'm not sure the obsession with the blue, but that's fine. It doesn't have to look good, I guess. It can just be blue. I was trying to stop myself from going over the edge because I realized that was an edge. Oh, that's okay. It's important that I fall over anyways. Funny joke about Mind's Eye winning Game of the Year in the Lost Twitch chats. I don't remember now. But I mean, kind of. Like, it should win, like, it deserves an award. Like, the game that really wanted to be Game of the Year the most, but was the farthest from it. If that were an award, it would win by a landslide. That game really wanted to be something very important, and was very much the opposite of something very important. Yeah, so this park is just a big old bowl. Should have been the video game Razzies. Just the anti-game awards where I make fun of stuff. As long as I can get the Muppets, I'm good. Like, I'll do it if the Muppets will be involved. I don't like that these ramps are like all clipped into each other either. I'm not sure. They're called community parks, so they must. I assume they're made by somebody, and I'm not sure what that process is. But this one, I feel like they should have maybe judged a little bit more. I'll have to look. I'll look into the process of how this works for the future. Is that my last slam? in Market Mile. Do I need one more slam in Market Mile? There we go. Is that is that it? The little thing's not going off. There it is. What time are we at? 45 minutes? That's perfect. I'll knock out my dailies and that'll be a stream. What even is this game? Fantastic. That's what this game is. That park, yeah, none of these parks are great. I wish I would have thought to do this for the Halloween event, because the Halloween parks, at least the Warehouse Park was great for the Halloween event. It is the reigning champion of this event too, but only because it has a big mega ramp. Everything else there sucks. It's not worth the time. I don't hardly ever go into them unless I'm knocking out like a quick challenge of like go get like this score or do this many rotations or whatever. Did I get the... Okay, I did. Cool. So that's everything? Sweet. Knocked that one out immediately. I can't explain it, but it's like Watch Dogs with skateboards. Yeah, I see it. I also don't understand. I understand, but I don't know why I understand. I get it entirely. This is one of those streams. One Coke Zero down, moving on to the mug. Okay, what is the next daily? We're going to do it on this stream. I'm going to knock out level 10 for Market Mile, and then I'll have almost all of the achievements for Skate.
Feel like a good and easy session challenge?
The only thing I'll need after this is a... at some point, I'm going to, I guess, just have to throw a stream together and convince people to play Skate with me. Because I need to win so many throwdowns with 4 people in it. And nobody ever does throwdowns in this game. Too deep on Diet Pepsi. Orlando gotta be up for work in 6 hours. And you're staying up to watch this nonsense? There's gotta be a better use of your time. Man, this is bringing me back. I made a... and drink Diet Pepsi. This, I just had a flashback to how I spent my last night. Also doing my dailies in Skate. But instead of streaming, usually while I'm doing these, I just have a nonsense YouTube video playing. And a thumbnail caught my eye. I made a thread about it. I watched a 20-minute video about the continuity of Young Sheldon last night. And boy, was it interesting. I was just doing this. This was one of the... this was a daily goal I got yesterday as well. Doing these flips and spins in the park. And I was just learning about the world of Young Sheldon. I should preface, never seen an episode of Young Sheldon. Seen very little of The Big Bang Theory. I think I've seen the first season of The Big Bang Theory. And that's when I knew it wasn't for me. So, diving into the world of Young Sheldon was so incredibly interesting to me. There are apparently... Well, there's now a third spinoff. Or a second spinoff, I guess. Because Young Sheldon would be spinoff 1 and then second spinoff. Never seen an episode of either show. I can confirm I have seen the like pilot season or like first 6 episodes or something of Big Bang Theory. But the Young Sheldon I know nothing about, and apparently now there is a spin-off of Young Sheldon. There was Big Bang Theory, and then it goes back to Young Sheldon, and then now there's a show about Sheldon's brother. That's what I've gathered from this video. Did not know that a part of Young Sheldon is that old Sheldon is the narrator of Young Sheldon, but it's like older than Big Bang Theory Sheldon. So there's a whole lot of Sheldon that we're getting. Like, we have Sheldon's life mapped out from like birth to death. And apparently there's a lot of continuity errors and people aren't happy about it. Like, apparently there's like there's a pretty big like reveal in Big Bang Theory about Sheldon and why he's the way he is. 20 years in Sheldon. We've got more Sheldon than we have space for. But apparently there's like a big Big Butt Isaac. Very cool. There is a big moment, and then in Young Sheldon, when it gets to that moment that they talked about in Big Bang Theory, they just turn that whole thing into a joke. And apparently the old Big Bang heads, I don't know what you call them, the bang heads, the big heads, the theory heads, whatever name they have. The Sheldon fan, Shell dudes. If I were a Sheldon fan, I would call myself a Shell dude. Oh god, I want to be a Shell dude so bad. So the Shell dudes are not a fan of the way that Young Sheldon is massacred, the history of Sheldon. They should have all the iterations of Sheldon do a Royal Rumble. I would definitely be a Shell dude in the front row for that. Big Bangers, that one works. I like Big Bangers. Not as much as I like Shell dudes. So there's like, apparently there's a divide in the Sheldon community of people who are not happy about the way Young Sheldon has handled his life. And then there's also people that are unfamiliar. Apparently, there are people that are only Young Sheldon watchers that don't watch Big Bang Theory. Baffling to me that you would be like, I don't know what this thing is that was wildly popular for a decade, but I'll watch the spin-off about one of them as a kid that looks incredibly less interesting.
Another objective down.
They probably team up and become too powerful. You can't have too many Sheldons in one room. There it is. There is my Market Mile level 10. And the achievement. We did it. We had a big moment right here. Reach neighborhood level 10 in Market Mile. All kinds of stuff coming in. Now I have no purpose to do any more dailies in this game other than the current event. I need to do a mission here because for whatever reason when you hit level 10, it won't register it as a max level until you do one more mission. And I don't know why that is. And it certainly does bother me a lot. But what can I do? But there's a main mission here that I can do. That'll be like the end of the Market Mile.
Notice a bad smell on that bus?
And I'm still under an hour anyway, so why not? This is a big moment. If we look in my achievements here, all I need is to get my RIP score up, which I can get from doing just like any mission at all. I don't know how many years it's going to take me to keep a ×4 multiplier going for a total of an hour. And then I just got to get a bunch of people together and win 4 throwdowns. Oh, I'm an idiot. I am an absolute stupid dummy. Oh, it just clicked on me. I thought it was a 4 players. You just triumph over players and win 4 throwdowns. I just need one person to like skate. I need one person other than me to play this game. And then I can get the achievement. Oh, what a ding-dong. I am definitely not... I said it. I'm definitely not a Sheldon right now. I am the anti-Sheldon at the moment. So stupid. I really bazingaed myself on that one, right? Wow, I feel like an imbecile, even. I would call myself right now. How could I flub that bad? Oops. Eventually I'll figure out how to get on this rail. That was stupid.
Give it another try.
I can't figure out how to turn on my Xbox, otherwise I'd help you. You can't figure out how to turn it on? I feel like that's a problem because it was on recently. Oh, was I not supposed to be at... I wasn't even supposed to be at the sculpture yet? Or is the sculpture just like an optional side area? I'm gonna go back and manual it because I can't trust that I'll ever come back to it. I put in the extra work to manual the whole thing. Oh boy. There's my grind distance. Just do the whole grind backwards. That's fine, whatever it wants me to do. Oh, okay, I was coming back to the sculpture. I had no idea. And there's all my scores, and all I gotta do is get to the last thing. If you haven't noticed, I will absolutely cheat every one of these little line challenges just to make sure that I get them done correctly and not bail in the last moment. I will just go off the path, knock out the things I need, and then go back to whatever I was doing.
That was tight. And in case you're wondering,
I could best be described as a former gamer. No way. No, you're definitely not a former gamer. I feel like somebody who ends up watching as much of my streams as you do, like, you have to consider yourself at least like a gamer adjacent. You're almost gamer because you watch someone else play so many games. Plus is like such a big Power Wash Simulator 2 head. You can't count yourself as a former gamer when you're that big of a fan. He's complaining about how things aren't like they used to be. Oh yeah, I guess you are one of those, aren't you? Sometimes it's best to just accept it and move on. Skate this Dead Rising won that. Well, Dead Rising 1 is that's just insanity is what that is. Like, you had Dead Rising 2 and for some reason you didn't get it that you were wrong. And you're now seeing the error of your ways through my stream, seeing how good Dead Rising 2 was, and now seeing how good Skate 4 is. But also, Skate 2 and not being like, oh, Skate 3 is the best? Because I think that's the best of the series. There was no reason that I should have landed that, but I'm just going to take it. Come on, you can get up there. Or not. Oh, are you serious? Because I stalled sideways? That's the one that knocked me off? There's gotta be any other content. Oh, I forgot to do grab, so I just gave that one up. Skate 3 is the most broken and also the one I played the most. I do have to say, even though I haven't like spent a lot of time with them, because I saw the beginning of Skate 1 was all vibes, the energy of these first two Skate games that I haven't played a lot of seem like they're more my style. Like Skate 2, I believe it was, having like the jail opening thing where they're like, it's got Rob Dyrdek like pumping iron in the prison yard. That was super broken. That's way more broken than Skate 3, whatever that thing was. Skate 1 is pure vibe. Skate 2 made huge improvements. I'll maintain that. Skate 3 is a pure sugar rush. Yeah, that's the thing. Skateboarding game, it is cool that Skate can be realistic and you can play it that way. But a skateboarding game needs a healthy dose of nonsense. That's the fun of a skateboarding game, is the nonsense. The double bridge gap, the whatever else is going on in TikToks for Skate 3. I gotta buy all these loot boxes now just because I have the currency. And I can get my rip score or whatever up. Puppy got 5 minutes. I am out after these. That is the end of the Skate playing. I'm just gonna buy these boxes, which I could do after the recording. Should probably go to sleep. Yes, and feel free to just go ahead and do that because I got nothing else left here. That was the stream. I'm just, there we go, knocking out my currencies. That's it. Get a rip score upgrade. That's it. Thanks for popping by on a no fancy light, just random Tuesday stream that you didn't know about until about 5 minutes before it happened, or like 5 seconds before it happened, because I didn't advertise anywhere. I just was thinking about doing this yesterday. It didn't work out that way, so I did it today. Thanks for hanging out. That's all I got. Anything you guys want to add? I got nothing. No? Okay. Cool, let's get out of here then. I hit stop streaming, nothing happened. It's like game of the year. Oh, I gotta hit stop streaming again. Here we go.